Have you ever wondered why some communities consistently thrive financially, generation after generation, even in the face of tremendous hardship? Today, we are going to explore something that many people have noticed, but few have truly understood. We are going to look at the enduring financial success often associated with the Jewish people, and we are going to discover that this success is not about secrets, luck, or any kind of mysterious advantage. It is about profound, universally accessible principles rooted in ancient wisdom that anyone can learn and apply. I am Rabbi David, and on this channel, we illuminate pathways to a meaningful and prosperous life. My mission is to empower you to unlock your full potential spiritually, personally, and financially. The perception that Jewish people get richer while others get poorer is not the result of chance. It is the consistent application of a spiritual technology refined over thousands of years. These are practical guidelines for living, for doing business, and for interacting with the world in a way that invites blessing and abundance. Today, I want to share these principles with you so that you can integrate them into your own life for greater prosperity, meaning, and purpose. True prosperity is not just about accumulating riches. It is about cultivating abundance in every sense of the word. Wealth, through the lens of ancient wisdom, is not an end in itself, but a powerful means to higher ends. The pursuit of financial well-being can and should be a deeply spiritual endeavor. Let us uncover these truths together. The very first foundational principle is the Jewish perspective on wealth itself. Unlike many philosophies that view money with suspicion or treat it as something spiritually dangerous, Judaism sees wealth as a blessing, a divine gift, and a powerful tool for good. Our sages teach us in the Talmud, in the Tractate of Avot, that if there is no flour, there is no Torah. This remarkable statement highlights that basic material well-being is often a prerequisite for spiritual and intellectual pursuit. Wealth, far from being a distraction from the spiritual life, actually enables it. It provides the freedom and the means to pursue higher ideals. We are called to elevate the material world, to infuse it with holiness, and to use our resources for divine purpose. This leads us to the concept of stewardship. In Jewish thought, we are not the ultimate owners of anything. Everything is a gift from the Creator. We are custodians, entrusted with managing these blessings responsibly. Our role is to cultivate, grow, and utilize resources in a way that honors their divine source. The Torah commands us to be fruitful and multiply, to fill the earth and work it. This is a mandate to engage with the world, to develop its potential, and to harness resources for the betterment of humanity. It implies a proactive, entrepreneurial spirit. Our livelihood, what we call parnassah in Hebrew, is understood as a partnership with God. We put in our effort, we apply our skills and talents, and God provides the blessing. This partnership requires active participation, diligence, and deep commitment. However, while wealth is a blessing and a tool, its accumulation for its own sake is not the goal. The Torah cautions against excessive accumulation for personal indulgence, especially when it leads to turning away from spiritual values. The danger is not wealth itself, but our attachment to it, allowing it to become an idol or using it solely for selfish gratification. The true measure of wealth is not how much you have, but what you do with it. It is about your impact, the lives you touch, and the good you bring into the world. One of the most powerful principles in Jewish financial wisdom is tzedakah. This word is often translated as charity, but a more accurate translation is justice or righteousness. Tzedakah is not optional generosity. It is a fundamental obligation, a way of restoring balance in the world, rooted in the recognition that all resources ultimately belong to God and that we are conduits for their distribution. Giving tzedakah is not just about alleviating suffering, it is about participating in divine justice, ensuring that those in need receive the support they require. The Torah commands us to give maser, which means tithing 10% of our earnings to support others and religious institutions. This divine decree opens channels for greater blessing. It is a spiritual investment that demonstrates our trust in God's providence. It helps us detach from materialism, recognizing that true security comes not from hoarding but from sharing. We are stewards, not owners. The great medieval scholar Maimonides outlined 8 levels of charity, with the highest being to prevent poverty altogether by helping someone become self-sufficient. This proactive approach highlights the empowering nature of tzedakah. It is about offering a hand up, not just a handout. The paradox is that giving actually makes us richer, not poorer. It cultivates an abundance mindset, attracting blessings and opportunities. Tzedakah is an investment in the spiritual economy, yielding both tangible and intangible returns. It strengthens communities, builds trust, and creates a virtuous cycle of generosity. Think of it like ensuring the free flow of a river of blessing. When we hoard resources, we dam the flow. When we open our hands and allow a portion to flow to others, the river continues to flow for everyone. The act of giving creates a space that the divine is eager to fill. This is a spiritual law of reciprocity that has been observed and practiced for millennia. Hard work, diligence, and innovation are equally crucial pillars of Jewish financial wisdom. God provides the raw materials and the opportunities, but we are partners in creation, obligated to exert effort and apply our talents to bring forth sustenance and value. The book of Proverbs teaches us that he who works his land will have abundant food. There is a direct and clear correlation between effort and reward. Idleness is strongly discouraged in Jewish tradition because it squanders the divine gifts we have been given. Everyone is encouraged to learn a craft, to pursue a profession, and to contribute productively to society. Historically, Jewish communities, often facing tremendous external challenges and restrictions, became incredibly resourceful and adaptable. This necessity fostered innovation and a keen business acumen. The Talmud, our great compendium of Jewish law and wisdom, is filled with discussions that demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of commerce, contracts, and ethical business practices. It encourages creating value, solving problems, and serving others well. This adaptability and willingness to innovate are expressions of human creativity, reflecting the divine image within each of us. We are called to actively shape our circumstances, to improve them, and to bring forth new possibilities. Consider the story of Jacob, who worked tirelessly for his uncle Laban, demonstrating extraordinary dedication and ingenuity. His success stemmed from relentless effort and strategic thinking, not from passive waiting. This underscores the Jewish value of earning a living through honest labor and intelligent enterprise. It is about being proactive, taking initiative, and not waiting passively for things to happen. This active engagement, this drive to create and build, is a deeply spiritual act. It is partnering with God in the ongoing work of creation, bringing order from chaos and transforming potential into reality. Integrity, honesty, and trust are absolute cornerstones of Jewish financial success. Business is understood as an arena in which we can sanctify God's name, what we call Kiddush Hashem. This means our conduct in the marketplace must reflect the highest ethical standards. The Torah explicitly commands honest weights and measures, stating that we shall have honest scales, honest weights, an honest ephah, and an honest hin. This goes far beyond mere legal compliance. It is about a deep commitment to fairness and truthfulness in every transaction. Deception in commerce is strictly forbidden. The Talmud places enormous emphasis on the sanctity of one's word. Keeping promises and fulfilling contracts are moral imperatives, not just legal ones. A verbal agreement is considered as binding as a written one. This reliability builds trust, and trust is the most invaluable currency in any economy. A good reputation, built on consistent honesty over time, is more precious than any fleeting profit. It is capital itself. When people trust you, they are far more likely to do business with you, to refer others to you, and to remain loyal partners through difficult times. This long-term perspective, which prioritizes reputation over short-term gains, fosters enduring relationships and stable growth. True wealth is not just the numbers in a bank account, but the richness of character and the strength of relationships. It is about building a legacy of trustworthiness that outlasts any single transaction. In a world that often celebrates shortcuts and clever manipulation, Jewish tradition insists that true and lasting success is built on honesty. A business built on deception will eventually crumble. A business built on integrity, even if it grows more slowly, earns loyal customers, deep respect, and a foundation that can withstand the storms of economic uncertainty. The relentless pursuit of knowledge and wisdom is another profound pillar of enduring success in Jewish tradition. This is not solely about religious study, though that is certainly central. It is about cultivating intellectual rigor across all areas of life. Torah and Talmud study is an intense, analytical process that develops critical thinking, problem-solving abilities, and a nuanced understanding of complex issues. These are skills that prove invaluable in any field or profession. Jewish tradition also strongly encourages the acquisition of secular knowledge. Our sages teach us to embrace all wisdom that enriches our understanding of the world and of our place within it. There is no artificial barrier between sacred and secular knowledge in Jewish thought. All truth is ultimately divine, and all genuine learning deepens our understanding of creation. This open-mindedness has led Jewish individuals throughout history to excel in enormously diverse fields, from medicine and law to science, philosophy, and the arts. This commitment to lifelong learning is not just a cultural preference, but a practical imperative. The world changes constantly, and continuous intellectual growth ensures adaptability and resilience. It fosters a mindset that views challenges as opportunities for learning rather than threats to be feared. From a very young age, Jewish children are immersed in a culture of deep inquiry and debate. This is not rote memorization, but active engagement with ideas, questioning assumptions, and seeking underlying truths. The Talmud itself is structured as a record of ongoing debate and discussion, teaching that the process of seeking truth is as important as any conclusion reached. This intellectual agility is a significant advantage in a rapidly changing world. It allows for the quick grasp of new concepts, the ability to see problems from multiple angles, and the flexibility to adapt strategies when circumstances demand it. The pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey that enriches every aspect of life and empowers ever greater achievements. Jewish financial wisdom also places great emphasis on frugality, prudence, and the avoidance of unnecessary debt. While much of the modern world promotes instant gratification and encourages people to spend beyond their means. Jewish tradition champions responsible financial management and a long-term perspective. Living within one's means is considered a fundamental virtue. This involves understanding the difference between genuine needs and passing wants, and prioritizing wisely. This disciplined approach to spending and saving builds a solid financial foundation that can support a family and a community through difficult times. The Book of Proverbs teaches us that the borrower is servant to the lender. This powerful image discourages taking on debt for consumption or luxury, recognizing that debt can become a heavy burden that limits freedom and creates anxiety. Prudence dictates careful consideration of financial commitments and a strong inclination toward self-sufficiency. This foresight extends to saving and planning for the future. Jewish tradition encourages setting aside resources for unforeseen circumstances and for future generations. This long-term vision fosters security and stability, allowing us to make decisions from a position of strength rather than desperation. The story of Joseph in Egypt is a powerful illustration of this principle. Joseph, interpreting Pharaoh's dream, advised storing grain during 7 years of abundance to prepare for 7 years of famine. This wisdom saved not only Egypt but the entire known world. The lesson is timeless. Prudent management of resources during good times creates the reserves needed to weather difficult times. True financial strength comes from disciplined saving and careful management, cultivating patience and a long-term vision that extends beyond the immediate moment. Community and mutual support are incredibly powerful factors in the enduring success of Jewish life. We are not meant to navigate the challenges of life in isolation. The concept of collective responsibility, the understanding that we are deeply interconnected and responsible for one another's well-being, is woven throughout Jewish law and tradition. This practical framework provides immense strength and resilience to every individual within the community. In times of need, the community acts as a vital safety net, offering not only financial assistance, but also mentorship, networking opportunities, and emotional encouragement. This creates an ecosystem where individuals are part of a larger collective striving together for success and meaning. This sense of belonging fosters an environment where innovation can flourish, where risks can be taken with greater confidence, and where setbacks can be overcome with communal support. Historically, Jewish communities, though often dispersed across many lands, maintained strong internal bonds that were essential for both survival and prosperity. Entrepreneurs had access to community networks that could provide capital, advice, or customers, reducing individual risk and fostering mutual advancement. Gemilut Chasadim, acts of loving kindness, extend beyond financial aid to encompass all forms of support. Visiting the sick, comforting the bereaved, welcoming strangers, and offering a listening ear are all considered sacred obligations. These acts weave a strong social fabric, creating a sense of belonging and a web of reciprocal obligation. When individuals feel genuinely supported, they are more likely to take risks, to innovate, and to contribute their unique talents to the collective good. Mentorship naturally grows from this communal ethos, with more experienced members guiding younger ones, transferring not only technical skills, but also ethical principles and hard-won wisdom. This intergenerational transmission of knowledge is a powerful engine for sustained success across generations. Now let us consider the mindset that makes all of these principles possible. At the heart of Jewish spiritual life is Hakarat Hatov, gratitude. This is not merely a pleasant feeling, but a daily discipline. From the moment we wake and offer our morning prayers to the blessings we recite over food, and at the end of each day, we are constantly called to acknowledge the blessings in our lives. This practice shifts our perspective from focusing on what we lack to recognizing the abundance that already surrounds us. It fosters contentment and joy even in the midst of challenge. Coupled with gratitude is the deep belief in Hashgacha Pratit, divine providence. This is the understanding that God is intimately involved in our lives, that there is a divine plan unfolding even when we cannot see it clearly. This belief instills a profound sense of trust and security that allows us to take calculated risks and to face setbacks with resilience, knowing that we are held by something greater than ourselves. This trust frees us from the paralysis of fear, enabling courageous and purposeful action. Jewish tradition also encourages a long-term, generational perspective, investing in education, strong families, and vibrant communities as the true foundations of enduring prosperity. Resilience, the ability to face adversity and rise again, is perhaps one of the most remarkable characteristics cultivated through Jewish tradition. The history of the Jewish people is one of extraordinary perseverance through unimaginable challenges. This resilience is not passive endurance, but an active, faith-filled response to difficulty. It comes from viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, for deepening faith, and for discovering hidden strengths. Failure is not seen as a final verdict, but as a stepping stone on the path to greater understanding and success. This powerful combination of gratitude, trust in divine providence, long-term vision, and resilience forms the inner landscape from which true and lasting wealth can grow. So what have we explored together today? We have discovered that the enduring financial success associated with the Jewish people is rooted in a set of timeless, universally accessible principles. Wealth is understood as a divine blessing and a powerful tool for good. Tzedakah, the obligation of justice and generosity, paradoxically enriches the giver and strengthens the entire community. Hard work, diligence, and innovation reflect our sacred partnership with the Creator. Integrity and honesty in all business dealings build the trust and reputation that are the true foundations of lasting prosperity. The relentless pursuit of knowledge and wisdom equips us with the intellectual tools to navigate a complex and changing world. Frugality, prudence, and the avoidance of unnecessary debt create the financial stability that allows us to live and give generously. Community and mutual support remind us that we are stronger together. And a mindset of gratitude, trust, long-term vision, and resilience creates the inner conditions from which true abundance can flourish. These are not secrets reserved for one people. They are universal, timeless principles that anyone who embraces them can apply. My hope is that you will take these insights to heart and begin integrating them into your own life, one step at a time. Start by giving a little more generously. Cultivate a daily practice of gratitude. Invest in your own education and growth. Apply diligence and creativity to your work. Prioritize integrity in every transaction. Build and nurture your community connections. As you apply these principles consistently, you will witness a transformation not only in your financial well-being, but in your overall sense of purpose, connection, and fulfillment. True prosperity is holistic. It builds abundance not just in your bank account, but in your heart, your mind, and your community. The journey to true abundance begins with a conscious decision to align your actions with these timeless truths. Every morning when you wake up, you have an opportunity to choose gratitude over complaint, diligence over passivity, generosity over fear, and integrity over convenience. These choices, made consistently over time, compound in the same way that financial investments compound. Small, consistent actions rooted in wisdom and values build into something extraordinary over the course of a lifetime. I want to encourage you, especially if you are at a difficult moment in your life right now. Perhaps you are struggling financially, feeling stuck, or wondering if things will ever improve. The principles we have discussed today are not reserved for those who are already successful. They are most powerful precisely for those who are starting from a place of difficulty. Tzedakah, even in small amounts, begins to shift the mindset from scarcity to abundance. Diligence applied even to a humble task begins to build the habits of excellence. Integrity maintained, even when it costs you something, builds the reputation that will serve you for decades. And community, sought out and nurtured even when you feel isolated, provides the support and encouragement that can make all the difference. The Jewish people have carried these principles through centuries of exile, persecution, and uncertainty. They have been the anchor in the storm, the compass in the wilderness, and they have proven, time and again, to lead not just to material prosperity, but to a life of profound meaning, deep connection, and enduring legacy. This is what I want for you. Not just a bigger bank account, though that is a worthy goal, but a life that is truly rich in every dimension. A life where your work matters, your relationships are deep and sustaining, your community is strong, and your connection to the divine is alive and growing. Take these principles, study them, discuss them with your family and friends, and most importantly, begin to live them. The transformation you are seeking is not somewhere out in the future. It begins right here, right now, with the next choice you make. Choose wisdom, choose generosity, choose integrity, choose community, choose gratitude, and watch as the ancient promises of abundance begin to unfold in your own life. May your journey be filled with blessing, wisdom, and ever-increasing abundance. Shalom.